Okay, so a question I've got that I hear from
Yes.
people a lot is really, really important is checking the publishing box on TuneCore,
Yes.
CD Baby, etc., and then submitting that music for possible publishing deals with music libraries. Now, the reason I'm so keenly aware of this is that when we play music on the show from Taxi members, I will get a copyright strike notice from YouTube, sometimes 5 minutes after the show is over, and almost every single time, almost like 95% of the time, it's either published by TuneCore or CD Baby, both
Right.
of which are fine companies. This is
Right.
not, we're
Yeah.
not judging the companies, we're judging whether or not you are making an informed decision when you check the box.
Right.
Because technically you can't submit that stuff for a library deal
Correct.
because you already have a publisher, right?
Right. So usually, people just check the box and then don't read what it says. And we actually went over this.
I want a publisher's
Right.
shirt.
Sure, why not? But it depends what your goals are. And we talked about this the first time that you had me at the road rally when we did that
that's
whole
right.
session on libraries.
Right.
Because I don't have CD Babies, all their terms in my head.
Why not?
But, well, because I've read their agreement. But I do remember specifically in TuneCores, it says, we are your exclusive publisher. Exclusive meaning the only one. And they have provisions for sync in there, saying they're the ones that can
Wow.
handle syncs. So when you are signed to an exclusive publishing deal, whether it be TuneCore, CD Baby, whatever, you can't then go give your music to somebody else to pitch or do things with because those services are already with this company that is your publisher. So you do need to know what you're signing before you sign it.
I would guess 90%. I could be wrong, but the vast majority of people that put their music, that use a service like CD Baby or TuneCore to put their music up online and distribute it to several places where it can be downloaded. I would say that if they see something that says, would you like us to publish your music and get you some syncs? They're going to check that box.
Right.
And then they're
Of
going to
course.
forget they checked that box 5 minutes after they leave their
they
computer.
do. I get that question a lot, even in like the taxi classes that I do
At the road rally,
Yeah, and then I have to go, well, did you check the box? Are they your publisher? And it's like, I don't know. And it's like that's really important because if you did that, you're tied up with this company. I believe the TuneCore term is 3 years.
So technically, if you forget that you check that box and then you do a deal with an exclusive, even a non-exclusive production music library,
Technically, you're breaching your TuneCore agreement.
and technically they could come after you and sue you for something. I don't know if they would go for damages or something, I mean right.
In reality, like, is it going to make that much? But, I mean, hey, if you get, like, some huge sync or something, maybe
Right.
they will. And they'll be like, hey.
Yeah, what if you get a TV commercial that pays $50K and they go,
Yeah.
whoa, hold on a minute.
They'll
you
probably
just
go,
did...
part of that's for us.
Yeah, a big part of it. Okay, so what should they do if they've discovered that it was not a choice that they're happy with? If they've checked that box, TuneCore, CD Baby, there are others out there. Again, this is not an indictment of these companies. They're
Right.
fine companies. They do what
No,
they
they
say.
all
they're-
do fine. They're
Yeah.
all fine. It's just a matter of, is that what you wanted to do in achieving your goals? Because if you're looking to pitch to a bunch of libraries, then you don't necessarily want to be tied up in a publishing deal with TuneCore or CD Baby. Or maybe you do, because maybe you don't want to be pitching to a bunch of libraries, but if you're a taxi member, you probably do.
Right. So how do they get out?
Well, I mean, the thing is, you're going to have to, well, at that case, like, that's when you would call me and I need to look at the agreement and go, okay, what are the termination provisions? How can we get you out of this? I mean, that's pretty much step one. And then
What do they do if
they've got another, like, 2 years left or something like
and
that?
they know
Yeah.
that they've signed the same material to some exclusive libraries or non-exclusive? I guess Non-exclusive matters too, because
Right.
they've signed an exclusive deal with TuneCore CD Baby.
Right.
So
Well, non-exclusive doesn't matter as much as far as the non-exclusive library is concerned. It still
Right.
matters as far as TuneCore CD Baby is
right, because
concerned.
they make a
But-
case, hey, we have you exclusively.
Right. But if both are exclusive, then yeah, you're gonna have to strategically put a plan together for that one.
Ask for Harvey Weinstein as your cellmate, because
no.
that way you get the good leftovers from his extremely good prison food. Just saying, you might as well eat well if you're going to be in prison. Anyway, so wow, people are going to freak out when they hear this.
Right. I
they're
mean,
gonna
it wouldn't be the first time. I mean, we haven't dealt with that, but I mean, the music industry is rife with, people that tried to sell their song to multiple people or whatnot. So it's not like the first time that it's ever happened in the history of the music business.
And probably largely due to either ignorance, sloppiness, not so much by intent, or
well, I guess
maybe by intent.
maybe sometimes more ignorance. I don't know. I feel like people just that's happened to some of my clients where they've purchased a catalog and then the person's like trying to sell it to somebody else again, but you end up finding out because like people are making claims on registrations and stuff, and then it's like no what's
They're
happening
trying to
here?
sell whole catalogs that have already been sold.
Yeah, or like certain songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you've not inadvertently, if for whatever reason you have signed a deal with TuneCore or CD Baby or any of the other entities out there that do similar stuff, and you've put that music in, especially exclusive libraries, you, my friend, need to reach out to Erin and solve that problem, because nobody looks good in an orange jumpsuit.
No.
Just saying.